Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. And yes, 'tis the season for art challenges, and today I'm getting started on mine. Won't you join me? Welcome back to a new video, and allow me to just set the scene for you here as I record this voiceover. It is very early in the morning, which is like my new work time. I will talk about that in a little bit. I am cozied up in my swivel chair with a big Sherpa blanket and a cup of cinnamon roll coffee from my Keurig, living that morning work life. Again, I will talk to you a bit more about my work schedule in a moment, but let's first talk about what it is that I'm doing on screen here. And I am starting my October challenge. And you gotta love October because it is the season of art challenges. We know Inktober happens this month, and all sorts of other fun promptlets make their way to the scene on social media and Pinterest and pretty much everywhere. If you wanna do an art challenge, October is the month to do it. Now, typically in previous years, I have done Mab Graves' Drawloween. That tends to be my go-to because I love spooky, Halloween-y sort of prompts. I've been doing some sort of art challenge in October for a long time now. When I first started really just doing kind of Inktober, I didn't follow any prompt lists. I never followed the official Inktober prompt list. I always would actually do characters from horror movies or just like spooky characters. So I would draw, stuff from Hocus Pocus or Lost Boys or Halloween or what have you, different characters or scenes and stuff like that. That kind of became my thing, was doing these like Halloween portraits. And I think I did the Halloween portraits for maybe like 3 years, I want to say. And then I just got burned out and tired of doing that. And I just drifted away from kind of doing little illustrated portraits in general, and drifted towards Mab Graves' prompts, which was Drawloween. And I loved hers because they were just blatantly Halloween spooky prompts, which I think was an easy transition for me, going from Halloween portraits to then that sort of prompt list. And I think that was the first time that I was really following kind of daily prompts and, taking a phrase or a word or something like that and drawing inspiration from that and creating, an illustration from there. This year, I've decided to mix things up. I've done Drawloween, I think, for 2, maybe 3 years, I'd say. I definitely did it last year. I did it last year and I did it the year before. I've at least done it for 2 years. I think I've actually done it longer than that. And this year, I decided to just change things up a bit. Not to say that I'm going to drift away from doing something spooky, because that's just how I operate and that's my style of artwork. So I'm still doing something spooky. But this year I decided to do Furry Little Peach's Peachtober. I was very tempted to do her prompt list last year because I like how straight and to the point it is. The prompts are simple enough that you can kind of do them as they are for the words themselves, but they're also vague enough to where you can kind of put your own spin or interpretation on it. So I think that lends well to a lot of different styles of media, as well as a lot of different styles of art too. So I decided to just take the plunge and do something different this year. And I think that pairs really well with the fact that I'm actually feeling a little rusty. I've had a lot going on in my house over summer. Summer was very chaotic for me and my personal life. If you are on my Patreon, my patrons know, they follow my personal vlogs that I post over there. My personal life has been a little chaotic. That said, I have not really had a lot of time to focus on making art and drawing and painting and all that good stuff. So I am looking forward to having a challenge this year that's going to draw me back into an art practice, because I am kind of rusty and have been out of it. I went from drawing and making art virtually every day, or certainly at least 5 days a week, putting a lot of time into making art, to now really just trying to get by, which leads me to my new work schedule. I am now really taking care of my son more during the day. He is with me. So I have switched more into a stay-at-home mom mode, taking care of my 2-year-old Roman, which means my work hours are now very, very early in the morning. Like right now at the time that I'm recording this, it is just now hitting 7 a.m. So really early in the morning or very late at night. That is now my new work hours. And it is what it is. You got to chase that passion, right? And being an artist and making art is really important to me, and my career and my business by Bun means a lot to me. So for me, it's worth it. If I have weird work hours, or I'm a little extra tired, or I'm having to motivate myself to work during these strange hours, then it is what it is. To me, it's completely worth it. All that said, I'm still really excited about this art challenge, even though my time has now become limited, but I've put a lot of things kind of on the back burner in order to kind of focus on this and settling into a new routine. I'm also kind of feeling a little revitalized about making videos, and I think part of that is also that I've been volunteering my time with the Pug Rescue here in LA, Pug Nation Rescue of Los Angeles. Their channel is on my video somewhere, so if you want to go watch pug videos that I've been creating for them, I basically took over their YouTube channel. You can check that out over there. But making pug videos, which I know sounds really strange, has revitalized my love for editing and making videos, because I think I got into kind of a rut of making the same sort of videos over and over and over again. And it's hard too because I filter the kind of videos that I put on YouTube versus the kind of videos that I put on Patreon, because I want to have that screen of, my personal life. Basically my personal life is more on Patreon because I don't want it just living out there publicly on the internet. So I feel a little bit different content lives there versus the content that I want to produce for YouTube. So having been producing different types of YouTube videos with pugs and stuff, I've come back to that like really fun problem solving of editing. And anyway, I'll get into that in another video, but it's kind of revitalized my love for editing and making videos. So I'm trying to freshen things up around here and have some kind of fun ideas and video concepts that I'm hoping to explore in the future. Right now, what you've been watching me create is actually day 1 of Peachtober, which is Tulip. And I decided to keep things kind of simple, but do something a little fun by adding these little spooky fangs to them while still keeping it kind of detailed with the inky outline. And I'm using a very tiny Princeton detail brush there. I was using mostly liquid ink on this. I love Liquitex acrylic ink. I was using a bit of the Gansai Tambi watercolors as well. I've been very hot on those. I recently picked up some new colors, so I'm reaching for those very often. But they pair well with the acrylic inks because they're both really saturated in color, so they complement each other really well. I don't think I'm going to film every single Peachtober prompt that I do, but I will definitely try to capture some fun ones along the way, and I look forward to sharing them with all of you. Let me know what challenge you're doing this month. I'd love to hear in the comments. See you in the next one. Bye!